Good morning. Now, Gloucestershire Cathedral this month, or Gloucester Cathedral this month, going into, I think, autumn, has on display a fascinating manuscript. It's a piece of music of one of the slave songs from Barbados, written down in the 18th century. Now, this is absolutely fascinating to me because, as a historian, you rarely hear from the people at the bottom of the pile. Doesn't matter whether they're black, white, whatever. You tend not to hear their voices, and of course, especially not if they're enslaved. Now, one of the first American composers, Louis Gottschalk, based some of his compositions from what he heard coming from the enslaved workers on the plantations in Louisiana. And there are pieces by black composers, 18th century black composers. In fact, I believe that the French made a disc of harpsichord. Well, at the time it would have been harpsichord pieces rather than piano. Alongside this is artworks, including photography, by a couple of black artists who have been inspired by the song and the music, as well as a quilt, which is a quilt project, and these have been selected for display because they are seen as bringing people together. Now, the song, according to the manuscript, I think it goes something like this. I've written it down. Oh, Massa boy, he won't kill me. Oh, Massa boy, he won't kill me. Oh, Massa boy, he won't kill me. Oh, for he's killed me, he shit me regular. And then the second line is, for I live with a bad man, oh la. For I live with a bad man, oh buddy bo. For I live with a bad man, oh la. For I would go the invisible regular. The Riverside regular, I'm sorry. Couldn't read my writing there for a moment. And then the chorus is, ole. Now, as you can see from this, it's quite a dark tune. It's writing at the time when slaves have absolutely no rights whatsoever. They are the property of their master, and the only value they have is as property. There's nothing to stop. There's nothing to stop a very cruel master just from killing them out of hand. It's utterly incomprehensible to us today, and of course it was utterly barbarous. Now, slaves at the time did have value. They were expensive. So this tune actually reflects the realities of life on a plantation. If you were an expensive slave, then possibly, if you irritated your master in some way, he'd try and sell you to someone else so he'd get your monetary value rather than trying to kill you. I mean, of course, death was only one of a range of punishments. Some of them, nasty in themselves, like whipping, and others which are absolutely unspeakable. But, I think most masters turn to punishments like those rather than just killing their enslaved workers. en masse, although some did so and became notorious for it. Anyway, it's a fascinating piece of music which really does add just a bit, I think, to our understanding of the music of enslaved workers in the Caribbean. And of course, the banjo, which I think must be one of the real American instruments, that was also originally developed by African slaves. It was called the banjo. In its original form, it was a version of various lute-like instruments found in West Africa, which commonly had a wooden body and a leather top. And then it was progressively altered until we have the modern banjo. However, up until the 19th century, the skin of the instrument, which provides the resonance, or some of the resonance, was still was tacked on, and there's an example of this in the Victoria and Albert Museum. Thank you for watching.